switch, always. Alright, hey guys, this is J19, brought to you another J19's gaming podcast. If you guys seen the title, we are talking about the PlayStation State of Play in the event. Rumors are being spread around, other things are being talked about of that nature, and the Super Bowl. We're talking about the Super Bowl a little bit. That's kind of weird, right? J19 and over talking about the Super Bowl. What are we talking about the Super Bowl for? We'll talk about it. And I got a awesome thing. I got a Hogwarts Legacy first impressions. I got about 7 to 8 hours in, so I can give my honest opinion about it. So I figure I'd do this all in my awesome J19's gaming podcast. If you guys are joining me live or watching this at a later date, thank you guys so much for the love and support as always. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And as always, I'm here with Over. We're going to talk about awesome things tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be live for. It depends how I feel. Ever since I've been sick last year, my side here hurts, especially in this chair. So we'll just go until how I feel, and then I'll probably have to call it. But other than that, thank you guys. And here we go. We are ready to talk about awesome things. So thank you, Over, for showing up. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and it looks like we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, we do.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Yes, we do. I'm really excited. And I guess first thing we'll get off our chest is how are we feeling about Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh man.
Do you watch football? You're into football or not?
I occasionally, but I think people are mainly excited about what like ads are gonna show.
Yeah,
up,
everybody's there for the commercials and for the halftime show. Let's just think about it, right? Unless you're a hardcore football fan, right?
Yeah. Because you know that PlayStation, they on Twitter or something, they said God of War Ragnarok is gonna have like an ad or something.
They did.
A lot of people are speculating. I don't think it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a DLC. Eric Williams already confirmed the interview. There's not gonna be a DLC.
And plus, a lot of people are like speculating like that or like.
I think it's
like why was Sony spend?
You know what I think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be like cinematic God of War Ragnarok trailer saying it's available now. PS5s are available now. Go out and get them because they want all eyes on this game.
Yeah, and the marketing.
This is Sony's biggest PS5 game they've released thus far.
Oh yeah, and it's still in the launch. We're still within the first few months of launch, right? The first 3 months is like the launch segment of their game. So it's like, yeah, I can see that happening. Like, to me, I think I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I'm definitely gonna watch the Eagles and the Chiefs. Both of them, like both quarterbacks, are playing phenomenal. I think they're both kind of hurt a little bit. Like Patrick Mahomes has got an ankle injury, but he says he's good to go. Jalen Hurts has got a shoulder injury, but he's good to go. I think it's gonna be a high-flying, high-scoring game with a halftime show I don't really care about. I don't follow the singer. Sorry, no ill will against that person, that woman. But just I'm not here for that. I'm here for the game. But like you said, I like the commercials. See what kind of like trailers and stuff would drop. Like one year they had like a Call of Duty trailer that looked really super sick. I think
that was cool.
I think Sony did. I think Sony did last year or year before. They did do a PlayStation 5 like commercial, like some of the commercials they done. For me, I think the God of War Ragnarok one is also like, I think it's just like say, hey, good news is there's new Game Plus for it, but you buy this for the PlayStation 5. There's PS5s everywhere. They'll have like a minute, probably a 30-second commercial, because it's like $7 million, guys, for a 30-second commercial. So if you want to put ad on Super Bowl weekend, it's gonna be costly. And Sony
also, Naughty Dog tweeted something interesting. They posted a dog.
Well, actually, that was from that wasn't from Naughty Dog. It was from the Twitch. Not Twitch, but Twitter guy, the Snitch, which he's been right about everything he's leaked. He did say he retired, but he's back. He's back.
Not everything.
He posted as a silhouette of a person, and it has a naughty looking dog on a little picture there. And it's like people say, okay, so he's saying that Naughty Dog's got a teaser of like possibly a new IP or something, so that we.
I think maybe it is a possibility. Maybe they're gonna like give us a little like second ad showing, hey, this is the new Last of Us multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Here's a little sneak peek at it. It's gonna be releasing like 2024, early 2024, or like sometime this year. I don't think it's gonna release this year. It might. I don't think it will, but I think 2024 is when it's gonna release, and they're gonna say, hey, you love The Last of Us. Well, come play our game. Last of Us Part 1 is available now, and they're also going to advertise Last of Us multiplayer.
Yeah, and I think too is I think the Snitch put on their testing. I don't know if he's like testing the waters of his return of leaking stuff, like giving people hints, not really leaks, but more like hinting something. But I think the testing could be this: what if Naughty Dog, Sony has an announcement for Naughty Dog that they want to have people sign up for beta testing for what? The Last of Us multiplayer. Have a beta testing to see how test the servers, test the waters, and see how everything's going. Give people like ample time to play it. Then they can readjust, fix things, because apparently, according to some sources, that the Last of Us multiplayer is actually coming out this year. Like,
oh,
yeah, like
that's sooner than I thought.
Yeah, like probably later on, probably like around the summer. I'm gonna say late summer, maybe early fall. And I'm excited for it. I want to play it, check it out. I still gotta beat part 1. I'll get to it, but right now my focus is on Hogwarts Legacy because I'll admit I had a gaming burnout.
A gaming burnout?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a true thing that gamers do suffer. It's where you just get like, it's like no game, like video games are not fun anymore. Like they just get to a point where it's like, there's nothing I want to play. Like you look at your list, you like scroll through all your list of games you got, and it's like nothing hits. So maybe you pop a game in, or even one of your classic games you love, and you play for like a half hour to an hour. It's like, well, I'm kind of bored. It's like I was in that mindset for a while. Like
I've experienced that once. Like
I experienced it a few times, and it's like, well, I'll chit chat with you or chit chat with other people, and I'm like. It's like, are you gonna play a game? I might slice something in. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I'd rather just sit here and chit chat. Like, that's a video game burnout to the point where it's like, video games are exciting. I talk about them, but like, me playing them, it's like, nothing was exciting me anymore.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was talking to people, it's just, something about Hogwarts Legacy just hit me. Hit me. I was talking to people, said, how's this game? Because they had early access for 3 days. Before the game launched. And the game, because Sony, that's why Sony is marketing like Hogwarts Legacy as part of the promotion, because they know that Harry Potter and Hogwarts sells like mad. They sell like crazy. And it got to the point where at one time, like yesterday, there was almost at 500,000 people playing the game on Steam alone before the game launched. That means a lot of people bought the deluxe edition to play early.
It's like Elden Ring numbers.
Yeah, it was like top 3 in Steam for a while. Like that's not even before launch. Like a lot of people are playing it now that just bought the game. Like it's crazy. And you guys know the controversy about. I'm not gonna go in details. I don't want to talk politics, but the controversy behind this game is like, if you buy this game, you're killing off this one community, this group of people. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to target them or point fingers, but they was trying to boycott this game because who's behind it.
Look, I'm sorry, I really don't think it should matter. It's the content. It's not like you're paying to support. You're paying for the work that was. This is a video game. This is not a some kind of like sick way of saying, oh hey, pay us so we can support the anti-trans community. That's not what they're doing, right?
And guess what? You know what's actually backfiring? You know what this actually doing? All this boycotting and all that, you know what it's doing? It's making people get more interested in Hogwarts Legacy, and it's building up marketing. So that's why everybody's like, you know what, fine, I'll buy the game. You can't tell me what to do. I'll buy the game and see why you're complaining about it. And it's a Harry Potter game. Like, I'm telling you what, I'm gonna do my little first impressions. Ain't gonna be super long. We'll get back to PlayStation. But to me, that's what brought me back to the love for video games. when I play Hogwarts Legacy, from the get go, I bought it on PlayStation Store, deluxe edition, so I can play early. And I tell you what, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I can't put it down. Like, I be playing it, and I'm starting to look at my phone. It's like 11:30 at night. I'm like, I wonder why I'm getting tired, but I can't put the game down. The game is so fun.
I know.
I think what the problem is, the game is so different from used to playing all the time. So you used to play the Sony first party games and like Square Enix games, Capcom games. Don't get me wrong, those are awesome games. I love those games. But it's the same thing, right? It's the same genre of games I'm playing, like some horror, zombies, Final Fantasy, like JRPGs, RPGs. They have third person story driven games from Sony. But this Harry Potter game is a little different, right? It's about Hogwarts, about witchcraft and wizardry, schooling, and it's got awesome intro. Like, the introduction to this game is like, this is good. And the character creation, like, you got all kinds of like options. People spent like 2-3 hours creating their character, who they want. Yeah, like, it's got so many things you can do on it, like different customization and stuff like that. And once I got in the game, I'm like, this might be the game that brings me back to video games, like me playing, and like, I can't put it down. I got 7-8 hours in, and it's like, the story's interesting. Your character.
I might pick it up now, actually, since you're telling me all these things about it.
And I'm playing on fidelity mode, and this game is like mind-blowingly stunning. Like, the ray tracing, the reflection on like the school grounds, like when we walk around the castles, and like, it looks phenomenal. I'm like, holy crap! Like, they put a lot of work into this thing, and everybody's kind of worried at first. It's like, is this gonna be another, like, it's a big, most anticipated game, ambitious game? It's gonna run like Cyberpunk.
They delivered, yeah.
Yeah, they delivered. The game's stunning. I think the characters are interesting. Like, the story takes place like 1800s, so it's way before Harry Potter and all that. Like, it's not even before. It's before Harry was even born. Way before. Like,
really?
Like, Dumbledore, right? The one, the headmaster. He's only like maybe 9-10 years old at the time. Maybe. I don't know the whole lore, but it's that far back. Like, it's crazy how, like, this is a different, like, twist, right? It's their version of like Hogwarts, and then what's really cool about the Hogwarts segment is they actually didn't take it from the movies. They actually went back with all the books, all the details from the Hogwarts castle is in that game. Like, people say, yeah, I go, this Hogwarts castle is massive. They go, yeah, they took what those books are describing the castle, from, lore and all that. It's in this game. Like, they made their own version of it, of course, but it's awesome, great. Man. Like, the exploration in this game is unbelievable. Like, solving just, like, it might be the same old type of puzzles and helping characters, but it's like, I'm exploring the castle. Like, I forget that I'm supposed to go to class. I'm supposed to move on with the story. Here I am. I'm exploring the game, and the gameplay, the exploration, like, that's what I love. Reward me for going on my way and finding stuff.
How's the combat?
The combat is pretty neat. It's not mashing buttons. You actually gotta, like, it's like you're casting spells, and you can block spells with, like, Protego, which is a protection barrier. You can dodge, roll, and stuff like that. You can counterattack with that same shield. If you do that with the shield spell, you'll cast Stupefy, which does some damage to them. And you can, like, cast, like, different spells and carry on combos. You can actually juggle your opponent in the air. It's like really super sick. I'm enjoying it. Visiting, like, different cities, different towns, and, like, exploring, just like, it's so much fun. I'm like, impressed in the first 7-8 hours. And I tell people, like, this game, don't be shocked. At the end of the year, this game is nominated for Game of the Year. One of the 5 games. This game is like one of those games. It's gonna be with, like, Resident Evil and like Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man 2, and like whatever else, like Tears of the Kingdom, like Zelda. That's gonna be in the nominated. But Hogwarts Legacy, If you're interested in it, I do recommend it. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
The story's great. I think just playing on fidelity mode. I haven't tried for performance mode yet, but like just like 4K 30 or ray tracing is amazing.
Perfect.
Now the only thing I will tell you,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell everybody here is, if you're gonna play the game, make sure you go to settings and turn up the sensitivity of your camera and your aiming.
Okay.
Turn it
yeah.
up pretty high because it's pretty slow. Like you turn like this.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Like that's all right for people. Like it does have accessibility options, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Had to mess around with that. Like the first thing to have on the list is like text to speech. Like every time you highlight a menu, the narrator will come on there and tell you which what each menu thing tells you, what it does. So I thought, man, that's awesome. But of course, I didn't need it on because I don't need it. But that's an awesome. Like accessibility is great on it. I'm just overall impressed. Like the overall
awesome.
production and all that. It's just like controversy, the boycotting. I'm sorry, guys, but it's backfired. You cannot stop millions of Harry Potter fans, Hogwarts fans. They're buying this game. They're gonna buy it for the next few weeks. I'll be shocked if this thing don't sell like 10 million copies within the first like 3 months.
You kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. This game is gonna be, it's wildfire. Like most of my friends, I'll go on PlayStation and says, I'll look at the list of friends. It says like at least half of them or more are playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Wow.
It's just like, or I'll click on it, it goes, yeah, you got 16, 17 friends that got this game pre-ordered. That's like, okay, cool. It's like,
yeah.
I'm so excited for the game. And it's just like Sony, that's why Sony was marketing it, because they know that Harry Potter, Hogwarts sells.
It's a big franchise. It's a big.
And they're trying to sell PlayStation 5. So that's why, and a lot of people don't realize this, last gen version of the game is not out till April. It's only available on Steam or PC. PS5 and Xbox Series, and the Switch version of the game is not out until July. They're working on the Switch version that long. They want to make sure it's working.
The Switch version is gonna be way.
It's gonna be downscaled, like The Witcher 3 was for the Switch. It still looks great on the Switch, but it's not as impressive as playing on like a PS4,
not as crisp,
PS5.
right? Yeah.
So I definitely do recommend it. If I have to give it like a first impression score, it's 9 out of 10.
Oh my
God, it's a 9 out of 10. Like I don't really have a whole lot of nitpicks. Like there's some couple things they can do to change it, make it a little better, but it's probably just on me.
Yeah.
Other than that, the game's fine. I'm super happy the way it's going. I hope it, like I said, I think it's gonna sell extremely well, more than people think.
Yeah.
So there's no boycotting Hogwarts. It's out and about. People are playing it. Everybody's having fun. Like I haven't heard anybody.
I was gonna pick it up actually, but then
that?
I looked at my backlog. I was about to pre-order, but then I realized, holy shit, I have so many backlog games. I have to tackle those, and then because I'm like slowly chipping away at all my backlog games. And like I'm looking at all the games. I don't even have storage to download a new game because I'm playing all of them currently. So I'm just like, I don't know. I want to play Hogwarts. I want to play it, but I got all these games, and I don't want to overwhelm myself, because I know Hogwarts is a huge game. It's like the map is huge for the game, right? It's big.
Yeah. And just to let you guys know too, for Hogwarts Legacy, in case you guys are wondering, it's not just a quick, you get it done in like 24-hour period. The game's long. Like I know somebody that speed runs the game. They finally beat it in like 3 days. Like just speed run.
Oh, wow.
Like it's a lot to do in the game. And for me, I'm 7-8 hours in. I'm just exploring. I touched the main missions like maybe 5-6 times.
Wow.
But then like just super busy, just exploring and just taking it all in. Like if you get a game that does that, I'm pumped. I'm sold. Like I look at gameplay number one, and Hogwarts Legacy is just it's a Harry Potter a wizard game. Like it's a different type of game. So if you're so used to playing like first person shooters and all that, it's like, give this game a chance. Just give it a chance. I would. Like if you want to wait for a sale, that's fine. Like I definitely recommend it. So anyways, back to what we're gonna talk about next is let's talk about the state of play review, because that was another thing that was suggested first of all by the snitch on his Discord server a while back. First he said it's gonna be like a first party focus, like state of play. They'll have like a PlayStation event further down the road. But Jeff Grubb has tweeted twice now. He tweeted like a day ago or so, and he tweeted again today. Actually, like 3 times since like yesterday. And he's talking about, and along with other sources, or like Inside Gamer is also talking about, which look at Inside Gamer Gaming. That's also Tom Henderson's source. And he's never been wrong. They also are starting to hint that Sony's up for something. Something's going on with that. They think that.
You know what?
They think a state of play is going to happen.
I think I've been saying this for a long time, but I think the reason that Sony has been holding back these past couple of years and not having a lot of showcases or like not having any like announcements for us is because of the shortage. I think that was, they were holding back a lot because they were afraid that if they showed it wouldn't do anything, right? Because the hype is already so high. So I feel like now that PlayStation 5s are now available, you can walk into a store, you can buy one, you can buy one from Amazon regularly. They're getting back to normal PlayStation, normal Sony, where like in the PlayStation 4 generation, they were sharing tons of information on their new games, tons. But now in the PlayStation 5, I feel like they've, reverted back to holding back a lot of announcements.
And they're pulling a, I don't know if you recognize this, remember this, but back in 2018, we had Spider-Man, we had God of War. It was a big year for Sony, right? Sony had these megastar games, and it's competing against like Red Dead Redemption 2 and like all those games back in 2018. I forgot everything came out, but it was a big, massive year for games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
2022 was the same thing. They did have a PlayStation showcase that year, but all of 2019, like Sony was like not existent. They had state of plays here and there, and the only state of play I remember is May 10th, and that was when Final Fantasy VII Remake got re-teased and said more to come in June. That took people by surprise. This game's not dead. What? Like E3 and it's like that's the only thing I remember.
But I think also 2020 was one of the biggest years for Sony ever.
Yeah, and 2020 was the biggest year for PlayStation event. They had hype up for like the PlayStation 5s that's coming out in 2020.
We had Last of Us Part 2.
And then like
Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Tons of games.
Sony had a massive year in 2020. 2021, I had a showcase that blew people's mind with like Final Fantasy 16 and stuff like that. Oh, that was 2020 that had that. But like 2021 had showcase, right? They showed off God of War Ragnarok and Spider-Man 2. It's like people's like, what the heck? Like, slow down, Sony. What, Wolverine's like, what's going on? Then 2022 was more like 2019. Like, we had a couple state of plays here and there, but it's like Sony is like, boop.
But they had big releases 2022.
Yeah, they had big releases, so it's kind of like 2018. But
I think the issue that people had with the games in 2022 was that they were all cross-gen. I think that was
I think I'm starting to. Yeah, most people are. It's like Sony's like, this is cool and all because they're supporting PlayStation 4 players.
J19, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm getting tired of cross-gen games. I'm like, look, okay, this is cool, but I'm like the reason why I didn't buy, like one of the main reasons why I didn't buy Hogwarts Legacy is because I know that it's a cross-gen game. Yeah. I'm just like, dude, I want to move on to the next generation. Like, we're 3 years in, and we're still being held back by the last gen.
There's also leaks coming out for. You know how Call of Duty wasn't going to be, like, for a while, yes, last year, they was hinting that maybe there won't be a Call of Duty, like, 2023. Well, that's been, like, I guess some leaks are coming out with some information that Call of Duty is back this year, and it's still cross-gen.
Oh my
Activision still wants to be cross-gen, which a lot of people's like, that's all fine and dandy, but, like, we want next-gen games.
When are you going to move on?
Yeah. I think that...
I think because of COVID.
COVID did affect Sony and a lot of studios because let's face it. Like, why do you think we're not getting like a PlayStation 6 anything until like 2028, 2029 at the earliest, latest? Because COVID affect PlayStation 5 sales and stuff. Did it sell extremely well, more than people thought? Yeah, absolutely.
Reports are
still is, but
saying that, this console generation might last like 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna last like almost 10 years. It's that crazy because we live in a time where things are still being kind of affected by COVID a little bit. There's still like separation and stuff like that. Some
companies are experiencing afterburn.
Yeah.
Of COVID right now, right?
And just like crunch and COVID and stuff like that, like stuff. That's why like stuff is getting like Spider-Man 2. We got that one trailer, and Insomniac's working on Spider-Man 2, and they said we'd love to show you guys more, but we're not ready. They're working hard, but they're still impacted. And even in 2022, 2023 now, like they're still on schedule. Don't get me wrong, they're still on schedule, but like I think that's why another thing is like Sony's kind of just like. They're involved in the Activision Blizzard deal with the CMAs. Like the FTC's actually had a subpoena against Sony, and like Microsoft wants to see some executive files of Sony. And, like you need to start like showing your hand a little bit, because now of games like what's their game plan, like stuff like that. And I think this is I'm gonna share my thoughts, and I'll let you share your feeling on all this. But back to the PlayStation State of Play rumors and the PlayStation event. This is what I'm thinking. Microsoft had their developers, studio. No, what's it called? A developers direct, right? It's Xbox. They showed off like a few games, what they're working on, like what's their ordeal, like what they're planning ahead. Nintendo Direct had on Wednesday. Nintendo had the Nintendo Direct. I checked that out. I didn't live stream. I reacted to it. And it was fine and dandy. And, Nintendo's got a few big hitters coming out, some announcements. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, and that Jeff Grubb, like, just come out of nowhere and snitch. And play Sony's got a little nudge. It's like, Super Bowl, there's going to be a Blizzard in Midgard. Hit, nudge. Like, all this is telling me something. Sony knows that Microsoft has shown their hand. Nintendo's have shown their hand. Sorry, Sony. It's your turn. In my honest opinion, I think the State of Play is going to happen first. It's not going to be anything major. It's not going to be, oh no, they're going to show everything in the State of Play. No, they're saving it for the
They're going to show like the third-party games.
Third party, or maybe some like, indie games that they're supporting, like, games like that. But Jeff Grubb has said this. He says it's going to be a low-key State of Play to give us a little bit of taste of something. Don't expect like everything to be at the State of Play.
No.
What I'm thinking is going to happen is Sony has to they're going to have to make a run at this thing, because they got the PlayStation VR 2 that's out, right? It's out this year, this month, right? It's out. So it's out this month. They got all these games they're going to launch. They got the Horizon DLC coming up. They're hinting on God of War and like the Blizzard at Midgard at the Super Bowl, like and Snitch has got the Naughty Dog. I think Naughty Dog little testing. It's like it's all adding up to something. Jeff Grubb wouldn't be just talking out of his butt for no apparent reasons. Like, I need to talk about the State of Play. It's been 7 months since we had one. Yes, it's been that long.
I'm expecting if they do an next PlayStation.
This is what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna be. If they announce it, I'm gonna be expecting it to be massive. I'm expecting it to be like hour and a half, full no bloat. PlayStation only exclusives. Every studio, I want to see every PlayStation studio like give us a teaser.
Right.
Show us more on Spider-Man 2. Maybe give us another trailer for Wolverine, because it's already been almost 2 years. You're gonna go almost 2 years without showing.
Yeah, it's been like a year and a half since they had one.
Yeah, and like maybe like have new game announcements. Like I know a lot of people are saying, Ghost of Tsushima 2, right? And the Horizon multiplayer.
Yeah.
And what about like all these other studios? Like what are they working on?
Right, and I'm thinking like too. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Nintendo and Xbox already showing their hands. Right, here's our hand. Right, here's our hand. We can do Sony. Now Sony does not have to respond to Nintendo because Nintendo does their own thing, so that's fine. I think this is what's going to happen. I think either later on this month or March. I think March is going to be the latest. I think we're going to stay to play. Okay. Now we might get one game or maybe a couple of games that's going to like make people go, whoa, it's like I wasn't expecting to see this again. Like I didn't think, or maybe people forget about it. But it's on Sony's radar. It's like it's coming to PlayStation 5. What I'm thinking it might be there is it's not Final Fantasy 16. Because I think Yoshi P and Square Enix are going to...
You know what I think is going to be there? I think the Horizon DLC.
The Horizon DLC? Yeah, they can do that. That's
They're going to have a release date.
That's coming out in April. So it's like they got to start...
They're going to have a release date for it, pre-orders for the expansion. I think they're going to have that.
Well, it won't be a pre-order. Yeah, you can pre-order or buy early.
Yeah,
it's gonna be digital. It's not gonna be a physical release.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying that if they have it either this month or next, people are saying it's either in February or March. Yeah. I don't know which one.
I think. Well, I want to see. There's got to be.
But also, I want to emphasize this. I'm gonna keep my expectation in check because.
Yeah, I will.
Because no, here's the reason. There's so many times where reliable insiders say, guys, it's happening. There's going to be a PlayStation showcase in September. It's happening. Well, guess what? It didn't turn out to be a showcase. It turned out to be a state of play. The same thing happened in March of 2022. Everyone says, guys, there's going to be a showcase. There was nothing. There was nothing.
Well, yeah, and the problem is, like, a lot of sources will talk. They have their sources say their sources, but the problem is Sony is predictable at times.
Because
they're unpredictable.
Here's the thing, J19. When PlayStation announced the showcase in 2021, no leaker came out and said that it was gonna happen and nobody knew. It was completely nobody knew. Yeah. They dropped the ball, and everyone like, oh my god, it was a massive shock. No one knew. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's gonna happen, where maybe these reliables aren't as reliable as we think they are, and they're trying to deceive us.
It could be, and that's why I said take it with a grain of salt.
I'm thinking that they're doing this on purpose. PlayStation, they've done this in the past where they've lied. They've lied about when they're gonna have. They've lied a lot, Jim Ryan has lied in the past, and I don't like that.
Well, I don't know if Sony's lying. It's more like just everybody's expecting big things from every year, and you can't do that. Sony's like Nintendo and stuff. Like everybody's like, where's Zelda? Where's Zelda? It's like Nintendo's still got to work on the game. Like. Just like Spider-Man 2 with like Sony and that. It's like they gotta work on the game. They can't just show off like a trailer every other month because you get impatient or every 6 months. That's the problem with Sony. Sony set themselves up above like the pedestal, like all the major releases and stuff like that every other year, every year that it's like it's always nominated for Game of the Year. Like Microsoft don't have a whole lot of games nominated for Game of the Years anymore. Nintendo always does when they drop Mario and especially Zelda. Zelda is like the game that's
Zelda's probably gonna win Game of the Year. Like honestly,
to be honest, Zelda's already sold out. You cannot pre-order the game physically or collector's edition. It's sold out already.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's sold out. Like they just announced on the Nintendo Direct's like pre-orders live. Here's your collector's edition. It's like sold out. I just checked. So it's like yeah. Nintendo and Xbox got their showcase gone. It's Sony's turn. Like Sony's got to do something because Spider-Man 2 is coming up this year. They got Final Fantasy 16. They got Brights 2. They got Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is coming up. They got they're also marketing like they also on their state of plays they market like Resident Evil was Capcom Sony are like this too, and Street Fighter. Like, they got those games. I know Capcom does their own thing, too, but, like... And we need to know what's going on in 2024 because we don't know what's going on. And Sony's feeling the pressure and that's why everybody's starting to talk. That I think State of Play is fine. We might get a teaser or something of a game that we haven't known about in a while. It's not gonna be like groundbreaking, like here's your God of War DLC and all this.
But yeah, Horizon, like
they're saving their hand for the PlayStation event, and I feel like they're gonna have to do the PlayStation event before E3, because nobody's going to E3. E3 is about dead. Like the only ones that go in there is third-party games, third-party studios, because Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, Microsoft have said we're not going. Sources are saying they're not going to appear at E3. So what you got left? Square, Capcom, Bandai Namco, Konami. You got some like indie games that might be there, or might have like PC games. You know, they might have a PC game event. Everybody might be doing their own event at E3. Yeah. It'll be E3 week, E3 month, but it's gonna be like everybody does their own showcase. So it's like they did last year. You know how everybody did their own showcase, but it's linked to Summer Games Fest. Yeah. Like Jeff Keighley, he started off with a bang with the State of Play, and Sony goes, "Here, we're doing Summer Games. Here's your State of Play, Jeff Keighley." And it was a mind-blowing State of Play. Everybody's like, "That's the best State of Play we ever had in a long time." Like best one is they had a boom, 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 boom. Like they start off with a bang and they ended with a bang. So it's like. Like the PlayStation event, I feel like it's going to have to happen before E3. Microsoft and Nintendo's already put the pressure on Sony. It's Sony's turn. Like, what do you got to offer? Because you got multiplayer possibly, you got Spider-Man 2, you got Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy is already out, Resident Evil 4 is just about out. That's like about a little over a month away already. Like, wow. What do you got, Sony? Like, we need to see something. And I think this just was a little smoke, there's fire. Like Sony's starting to tease something. Like there's a little smoke, there's fire. Oh yeah, as they say. Sony's teasing stuff. They're marketing the PlayStation 5 and like all around the world, all these advertisements and stuff. And on Twitter is like, oh no, the axe is here and get ready for a blizzard at Midgar on Super Bowl Sunday. It's like, we get it, Sony. You got something planned. Or you're teasing.
You know what they might do? They might announce like a God of War Ragnarok like limited edition PS5. Themed
they might
cover.
They might PS5, if they want to, or maybe they'll have like set like they already got the controller, right? They already got the controller up there, but it's like they'll be the plates, right? Be the plates or something. Like that's how you get the PlayStation 5 marketing, and you can do that at the Super Bowl. You can have it where God of War is on there, or maybe you just have an advertisement of all the upcoming games. Maybe you tease something. You tease one of those major, like a game that nobody knows you're working on, but you have an idea they're working on. Like a studio's working on it, but it'd be just like small clips and a commercial for the PlayStation 5, getting people hyped up. Millions of people watching the Super Bowl. I think that's what's gonna happen. We got Super Bowl this weekend, and I think Sony is gonna carry on the momentum. I think within a week we're gonna get a State of Play. About we could do. That's my feeling. That's my gut feeling. If it doesn't happen, hey, so what, right? We just live on, we carry on. But Sony's teasing something. They got advertising and marketing. They want to market PS5 big time this year.
Even then, all the signs are leading to a PlayStation showcase. But here's the thing about Sony and PlayStation: they're unpredictable. They like to deceive people. And we've seen this in the past. We're like, okay, everything's lining up for a showcase.
Yeah.
And
we have been burnt. We've been burnt last year. Last year. I mean, the State of Play at June 2nd was great.
I got my hopes up. Yeah. Because in September we were talking about this.
Oh like, yeah, September, October, November. We all fell for it. I fell for it too. I thought it was going to PlayStation. I was like,
I felt flat on my face.
Getting close, but it never happened. So it might be the same thing. This might be just all
because the same leaks, the same thing happened in the same situation.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Guys, a reliable insider is saying that PlayStation showcase happened. It's confirmed. Nope, it's not. It's not.
That's why there's a couple of channels. There's a couple of YouTubers that watch content creators.
Take it with a huge grain of salt.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. And they even say it too. They say take it with a grain of salt. It's like just because we talk about it doesn't mean it's confirmed. Like just because Jeff Grubb's saying stuff Doesn't mean it's confirmed. Like, he just says, I
Not
think
confirmed.
this is what's gonna happen. Like, he's
Still
got
up
good
in the air,
feelings. He's got
actually.
sources too, but
Still up in the
and
air.
Snitch, who knows what the Snitch is up to? You know, he retired. You know what all his leaks come from is he's able to data mine the private YouTube videos before they go live.
I think he just likes to get people excited. I think he's just a troll, to be honest.
He's not a troll.
I
He's
just
been
hate these.
he's been getting stuff right.
I know, but I hate these leakers who are like, why are you so goddamn cryptic all the time? Like, just say what you want to say. Stop messing around and say, "Oh, is this good?"
Because that's just how they do things. They don't want to get in trouble. That's why.
Like, stop. Like, get your point across. Like, what the fuck are you trying to say? Like, a dog taking a piss? What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, it's just like the Snitch. Like, out of all the games, he's like, he goes,
man.
if I came back, he goes, if I wanted all the views and attention and stuff for that, I'd be, you know, that's why I do things in like cryptic stuff like that, because he goes, if I do it the other way, I can say like, yeah, the state of play is in the future, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. He chose that game out of all the games. Like, why Rebirth? Now you're just stirring the pot. Like, don't get me too excited, but you know, I just like the state of play, and now I do have a feeling that Sony has to show their hand eventually, because they're being pressured.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're being subpoenaed by the FTC, which is Federal Trade Commission, and Microsoft is like pointing fingers at Sony's. Like, Sony's sees, like, Activision Blizzard CEO he goes, we want this deal to be done. We want to be part of Microsoft. Both sides want to be bought. Yeah, they want to become one. It's just they're both saying it's because Sony's throwing a wrench in the works. That's why we're having so many issues now. Like, that's why, like, everything's out of mark. Like, I just want this thing over with. I really do. Is it going through? Is it not? What's gonna happen? Let's get Call of Duty.
Probably in the next 5 years we'll know. Probably in the next 5 years we'll know.
But yeah, it's just like
probably by the end of this generation, Microsoft will say,
"Guys,
we finally acquired the Xbox Series 560, the next generation of consoles, and we finally bought Activision Blizzard."
Like,
it's about goddamn time, Microsoft.
And the good news is, like, whether we get a state of play or not, guess what's happening starting possibly next month? Yoshi P has stated that, get ready, we are going to market Final Fantasy 16. We're going to ramp up marketing within 3 months until launch. Yeah. So March, I would not be shocked if we start getting all these gaming media outlets say, yeah, I play Final Fantasy 16. Here's my on-hands impressions. They'll have like a B-roll. They'll show off gameplay footage. They'll talk about
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor? I mean, yeah, Survivor. Yeah, I'm interested in the game. The game looks great.
Yeah.
But I gotta beat Fallen Order, and I've been working on that, but I got sidetracked with Hogwarts Legacy. Just like I said in the early podcast, guys, it's just like Hogwarts Legacy. It's that game. It's that game that's just like, you get a gaming burnout. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. If you get a gaming burnout, like nothing's fun, I'm gonna say this: take a break. Whether it's just a few hours, just go do other hobbies, or change up like the type of games you guys used to play. I don't care if it's first-person shooters or story-driven games or anything. Take a break from them. Find something different. Find a game that's off the wall, different, unique. Play it. For me, it's Hogwarts Legacy. Might not be for you. For you, it might be, say, you know what, maybe I need to play more online games with my friends. Invite friends. Play games with friends. That helps a lot. I found that out. Like, playing with friends help, but you can't rely on that forever because all your friends don't want to play the same games. Like, but if it's not for you, if you play too much like online multiplayer games, you need to take a break. Take a shot at a single player game, story-driven game, just one-on-one, or maybe just a chill game. There's some chill games out there. Play Uno. That's chill.
Yeah.
Play games like that. Power Wash Simulator, or even some similar. Make Goat Simulator. Something different. Do something different. If you need a break from video games, it's fine. Nobody's going to cut you down. Nobody's going to get mad at you. Or maybe take up a brand new hobby. I want to get back to reading my Final Fantasy VII books.
Yeah.
So if I don't make video guys for a while, and you say I wonder where J19's at, just I might be taking a break from stuff and just getting my books, just stuff like that. But right now I'm back in the gaming. I'm excited about Hogwarts Legacy. I can't wait to go back.
It's awesome.
But yeah, it's just like if you need to take a break, it doesn't hurt you. And, and
I
also
felt
take care
the
of
same
yourself.
thing when
take
I
care
played.
of yourself, please.
I felt the same when like when God of War Ragnarok was about to release, and there was like a week or two ago. I'm like, man, like I can't focus on anything else except for like, and I know the same thing's gonna happen for Spider-Man 2, and Wolverine, and Ghost of Tsushima 2, and all these, and Wolverine, and all these PlayStation exclusives are gonna come out like 2 to 3 weeks or maybe 4 weeks before launch. I'm gonna be like, like there's nothing that I want to play except for that game, and that's exactly the same way I felt about God of War Ragnarok. And when I finally played God of War Ragnarok for the first time, I'm like, yes, my hunger has been satisfied. This game is
it's just like
beautiful. It's amazing.
It's different for everybody. Like even if you gotta like just find something different to play, or maybe just maybe join Discord servers. Like there's Discord servers for all kinds of games. Like I'm in Monster Hunter 1. I'm in the PlayStation Discord. Just like I think about even just like finding people that want to play a game. I might just DM them and say, hey, you want to play this? Like get people to talk to. I do have some people that want to party chat. It's helping me with that when we play games, but the gaming burnout was still affecting me a little bit. But Hogwarts Legacy brought back that love for gaming again. Like, and I made some better decisions, like financially, with gaming. I'm not buying the Final Fantasy 16 Collector's Edition.
That's good, man.
I'm sick and tired of delays. I'm sick and tired of delays of my physical items. And I got to the point, it's like, I ordered that, Dead Island 2 and Hogwarts Legacy. I ordered those on the PlayStation Store. They're a lot cheaper. I saved myself a lot more money, and I also got, guess what? I finally got a hold of Ubisoft. I complained. I finally got my refund. Got my refund for Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, guys,
that's great.
Right now, before I pay my monthly bills of February, I'm looking at like just over $960 right now. Like, I know it's not a lot nowadays, but for me, that's a lot more if I bought the $409 collector's edition and bought like.
And you know what?
You know
what's about the Final Fantasy 16 collection edition? If you really think about it, it's kind of a ripoff. And I told you this. I'm like, a giant team, like you're paying what, $500 for? Okay, it's a really cool looking statue, some pins, and a poster for $500. End the game for $500. Don't do it.
I mean, and you also get some digital items too, and they locked. What I don't like about this, they locked one of the bonus weapons you get on the collector's edition. And like, I love my steelbook cases and stuff. And I thought maybe just go like a physical edition and get a steel case book for like same price as $70. But it's like, you know what? I want to play the game day one. And how do you do that? You play it digitally.
Yeah. I
like my physical games. I still want physical games, but right now, just like with everything going on in my life and surrounding my family's health, well, my family members' health, I want the digital games. I know it's there. They'll be automatically preloaded, downloaded like a day or so before the game launches, and I can play
Digital Deluxe Edition you got, right?
Huh?
Digital Deluxe Edition?
Yeah, I bought Digital Deluxe I bought basically the best edition you can buy for those 3 games. And I'm still, like, that cost me like $200 and some, but I get a lot more. Like, I can get the mini soundtracks and the mini art book, and I was like, I'm satisfied. I get to play the game day one, regardless. Day one, I just download it like a day or so early, and I get to play it. I don't have to worry about delays.
I did the same thing with Ragnarok. Christ, okay. I did the same thing with God of War Ragnarok. I bought the digital deluxe edition. I'm like, look, the hammer is cool. Everything about it is cool. But I want to play this game day one. And so I pre-ordered the deluxe edition. It was my most anticipated game of 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Right alongside The Last of Us Part 1. Because, look, God of War Ragnarok and The Last of Us Part 1 were probably my 2 most anticipated games that released that year. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm satisfied. I know people say Last of Us Part 1, it's not worth the $70. Well, guess what? For me, it was absolutely worth it. Because it's one of my favorite games of all time. I love playing those types of games. And you know what? If you think, you know, I've talked to people and they actually shame me. They're like, how dare you pay full price? I'm like, dude, I can do whatever I want to do.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
know,
like it's just like
like-
with Hogwarts Legacy. There's people streaming the game like during because you can stream the game and show it off within the 3 early days access. Is after the embargo lift, and people are being insulted, being bullied on Twitch and on YouTube.
Really? Why?
Because they're playing the game. They're not boycotting it. It's like you're killing off the trans and stuff like that. And like
That's
like
ridiculous.
my girlfriend does gaming or whatever. I don't know the YouTuber very well, but
Yeah.
I remember them reacting to trailers. But apparently his girlfriend cried on stream because she was being bullied for playing Hogwarts. It's like, how dare you play Hogwarts? How dare you be against us? And it's saying all kinds of mean and nasty stuff. It's like,
It's bad, man.
it is. It's like a lot of people are being bullied.
Does Twitch know about this? Are they like taking action or something?
I mean,
Twitch taking.
There's got to be something that Twitch can do or YouTube because it's getting
it's
getting out of
disgusting.
control.
Man.
Like,
It's really horrific.
I get it. Like,
people should be ashamed of themselves.
I get it that you're mad,
how
you're
is it,
upset
like,
because the person behind
is
it,
it too
but
much
it's
to
not
fucking-
because the game or
Is
the
it too much
developers
to
or the
fucking
streamers.
ask to just let people? Just, I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up and stop asking why I like what I like? Like, I want to play this game. I want to stream with my friends, and if you don't want, just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Don't even watch me.
And then
don't even become a member. Unsubscribe.
And it
right?
got so bad, man. They even made a website where people can click on it and says, "Are they playing that wizard game?" So you can click on it, you can find out what it does. It lists off everybody that's playing the wizard game. You can actually go to live streams and say a few words to them if you don't like it. Like, that's how bad they want. It's like, guys, look.
Disgusting. It's
You
disgusting.
want fairness, you want equality, and you want
Can't
people to treat
believe
you with respect. Like, if you're gonna act like an idiot, you're gonna act like a knucklehead and start being like, you say, well, J.K. Rowling is against trans. It's like, you know what? She does not make the game. She's not part of the development team.
She's not even.
She gets.
I swear to God, J.K. Rowling had nothing to do with this game.
She gets her royalties, and that's it. She gets her royalties whether or not you even like the game or not. Like, before the game comes out, she already got her royalties, so it doesn't matter. Like,
she had nothing to do with this. I swear to God.
Right.
Like, they only looked at the books and, you know, they wanted to be true to the fans, and that's it.
Right. It's just like, and people don't realize this. You know what they put in the game? The game developers are not against trans. They put a transgendered a character in the game.
See? Makes no goddamn sense. It's supportive of trans. That means it's supporting trans. All these fuckers out there, they don't understand. Their brain is like the size of a
walnut.
Like a grain of salt.
But
okay?
We're not here making war against transgenders. I don't have any hate. I don't have any hate for anyone.
I'm actually supportive
Yeah,
of the LGBT community.
I don't.
I just want to let that be known. The audience watching, I'm not again. Look, I love LGBT. I'm supportive. I have a friend who is a transgender. I have friends who are gay, lesbian. It doesn't bother me at all. I have friends who are like that. So, like, I'm not against it. I'm just saying, don't involve that with the game. The game has nothing to do with the transgender.
Like,
people are just
because I'm not transgender, and that doesn't mean I hate you guys. It's your life, it's your lifestyle. You make your choice. It's your freedom of choice. It's your free will to do what you want to do. Am I gonna sit here and point fingers and say you need to get get your life in order? You need to stop. Your behavior towards people streaming the game is what's bugging a lot of people. It's like, look, you want equality in that, but how dare you threaten and bully other people? What makes you think that returning evil with evil
I think
is the right path?
I think that Twitch should really and YouTube, they should start taking action. They should ban these people. Give them a warning. Say, hey, if you do this again, we're banning you. Like,
right, and the mods in the chat can report these people. They can kick them out, ban them. They can also report them to Twitch. Like, then it's up to Twitch and YouTube to file like discrimination lawsuits and stuff. Like, look, like, you gotta stop. Like, yes, you have your culture. Yes, you have your community, your group, wherever you support, but it does not give you right. I'm gonna say this. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. Nobody's perfect. We all fall short. We all flawed human beings, right? We all struggle with things. All I'm gonna say here is we're supposed to love one another, forgive one another, right? And be tender-hearted towards one another. Help each other out, right? Doesn't matter what your background is, where you came from, what you do, what your lifestyle is. We're here to show love and support, forgive one another, be merciful, because that's what I believe in. I believe in just treating others with respect, loving them, and being humble and grateful for the life I have. I have my own struggles, and that's one of the things why I have my gaming burnouts. Like, I deal with some inner demons, like some struggles of mine that I don't want to share on stream or even to a lot of people, because it's kind of just me and the Lord. Like, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, but a lot of people think that Christians are out there to murder people. We're not. We're actually peaceful. We just just want to like have our own little moment. Yes, we may share the truth, like the love in Jesus Christ, the love of God, and stuff like that. But we're not out there murdering people. We're out there on a warpath, because that's not who we are. I don't like it when people.
It's like no. You know what it's like saying? It's like saying, oh hey, this guy is doing so and so. He should be killed. This guy is committing so and so. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, but whoever these people are, they must have really low IQ. Like,
yeah, it's just I told a group of people, I was like, look, you want me to tell you what Christians are? And I explained it to them. It's like, well, what about all these people that want to, they're being mean and if they want to judgmental and condemn others and act like knuckleheads. Like, you know what they are? They're Christian in name only. Like, they think they are, but their actions tell you otherwise. Like, they're hateful. They have hate in their hearts. And if you have hate in your hearts, folks, you're the same as a murderer. Like, if you hate others, you have that hatefulness, you want to do them harm. That's not what Christ taught. He didn't teach us to live by the sword. He wants us to live by His way. His way is love others, forgive one another, but also be truthful and say, hey, you know what? If you want to follow me, you gotta leave a lot of stuff behind. I don't want to go in political, religious thing, but that's my stance on it. Like, I don't care what you're into, what you do. We all have free will. Like me streaming, me making content, right? Video game content. That's what I want to do, right? So you don't judge. Like, I don't expect people to judge me. I'm not gonna judge you guys for whatever you guys believe in, what community, what group you're in. But it's just like, let's respect each other, let's love one another, let's forgive one another. That's all I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to go into politics and religious wars, because war is not a good thing. I'm not here to war. I'm here to talk about games. But it bugs me that Hogwarts Legacy is showing the ugliness of certain groups. Like, even if it's back and forth, like even those of you that want to attack the transgenders group and act like knuckleheads too, like, you guys gotta stop too. Like, stop attacking each other over this game. Like, either you're gonna buy the game, either you're gonna enjoy the game.
Let's just love one another. Like, is that too much to ask? Like, let's come together and just love one another for who we are. We're all different. We're not the same.
Yeah. Just look at over here. He's got his love for Sony first-party games. He loves them. He has a passion for it. Yeah. I like JRPGs, I like RPGs, but we're getting along, right? We're getting along. He's got his own belief system. I got mine. We have different ideas, what we like, what we don't like. But we're not warring against each other, right? This is how we should all get along, right? Let's talk about games. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy life a little bit. Let's stop attacking each other over Twitter and over video games. You know what video games are, guys? It's fictional. Right? It's fictional storytelling through these developers, through their artwork. They're artists. They're sharing their art masterpieces with us. It might not be masterpieces for everybody, but we got people that love all kinds of games. It's like, why can't we just get along? I know that we all butt heads. I done it too. I butt heads with other gamers, but like overall, it's like it's just a game.
I've gotten a lot of arguments. People on Discord about like, oh, they hate like the games that I love, and when they say that, I'm like, yeah, you have a right to your opinion, but like, I also like tend to defend that, say, oh, you think that's bad, well then I take a shot at them.
Right, and it's not right. Like, I do it too, and I apologize, and people say, hey, you know what, I won't take you sorry for the 15th time. Like, he goes, I appreciate the thought, but like after a while, it's like, stop saying you're sorry and repeating your mistakes. Like, just know that everybody's got opinion, right?
Like,
we all got opinion. We all got belief systems. We all got
at like one of the games you love. Like, you're gonna feel like hurt a little bit, right? I mean, if someone like takes a shot at Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I also love.
Oh yeah, I tend to let my passion get the better of me. And people say, "Oh, dude, we understand. You got a passion for Final Fantasy and 7 a lot." Like when people cut down 7, it's like, have you played the games and stuff? I first ask them questions, but then my passion takes over. And it's fine to be passionate about what you're into.
I feel like it does not
result in hurting others. Because when you start hurting others in words and action, that's when you go too far. And the Hogwarts Legacy, people bullying because they're not part of your belief system.
I've been working on this too, J19.
Nothing to do with your belief system.
I've been working on it too. Like, trying to.
That's going too far.
Like, yeah, I've been working on this to, like, when someone takes a shot on one of my games, I'm like, have you played the game? Do you know it? Have you I get really defensive about it, and like, I can't but help feel a little bit angry inside my heart. I don't know why, but like, and I've been working on it, and I apologize for it. I'm not perfect. I'm not there.
Right. We all need to work on things. I'm the same boat. You got a passion for, like, our passions. We all have a passion for things, right? But the bottom line is, what I'm seeing online and on the internet and even people on streams, it's like, I know you're passionate about what you believe in and stuff like that, but it's alright to have passion, but when you start attacking others in words and action, that's when you're going too far, right?
No, yeah.
And it's on us as the gaming community as a whole. It doesn't matter if you're, straight, bisexual, asexual, pansexual, whether you like first-party games, third-party games, indie games. It doesn't matter what genre of games or whatever your hobbies are in general. Like, stop attacking others. Let's all just get along. Let's all just get along, enjoy life. Let's just say hi, how's it going, and just be nice to each other for once. Just I'll leave everything off to the side. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's all about what our actions are. As people, as a community, in the gaming community, the gaming industry, whatever. It's like, whatever you're passionate about, do it in a way that it's not hurtful, but it lifts and builds others up. That's what we live for, right? It's help build and help others and show love. Love someone. Just see somebody on the street and they're having a bad day. Just go up to them and say, hey,
games, but we still get along, right?
Yeah. Ask them how their day is. Like, when you ask somebody how their day is, it lifts them up. It's like, somebody actually spoke to me and asked me how my day feels. Like, it warms up my heart. It doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what they support.
That's the beauty of it. We all have our own take. We all have our own take on video games. We all have our own taste. Like, I have a friend who's really into Nintendo games, and only likes talking about Nintendo games. And then I have a friend who's really into like competitive games, and he likes playing online games with his friend. But we all get along, right? We don't argue with each other. We don't say anything, right? Yeah. And like, we respect each other. Sometimes
that's what it's about. If you guys gonna like talk a little smack to each other as friends, that's fine. As long as everybody's in agreement that, hey, it was just for fun, right? But instead of doing that, and maybe just like, hey man, like, you almost had me that round. Like, you're getting better at this game. Maybe lift them up a little bit. You still smack a little talk. Talk a little smack. Talk smack a little talk. That's why. But you guys know what I mean. I hope that nobody's gonna like start aiming arrows and pitchforks at me because my rant earlier. Just let's all just get along. I don't know if anybody's gonna be watching this, but if you are, just know where I'm coming from. It's not about who's right, who's wrong, what side you're on. But let's all enjoy games. If there's a particular game you don't want to play, you're not interested in, just speak your opinion about it. If people want to ask you, hey, why do you don't like this game? Why do you like it? Say your opinion, but just don't go overboard with the passion. If your passion overtakes you where you start lashing out at somebody, then take a step back. Sometimes I have to do that. Take a step back, come back fresh.
I was guilty of that a lot of time, and I'm still working on it.
So that's all I got for you guys on that front. PlayStation events, state of play, we'll just see. Take it with a grain of salt, but don't think it's gonna happen. Like, take it with a grain of salt. You know, he's been burnt too many times. Me, I'm more optimistic. I think that since Nintendo and Microsoft had their January and February back to back, or I think it might not have been back to back, but it was recently, right? That Xbox had their thing, Nintendo Direct just had their thing 2 days ago. Like, Sony's feeling the pressure now. It's like, all right, Xbox and Nintendo have already shown their hand. Upcoming games for this year, like Sony, it's your turn. I think they listen. I think they're listening. So I'll still take it with a grain of salt. I'll just wait and see, but I think it's gonna happen. Of course, I've been burnt before. Like, just having that.
I don't want to be burned again, man.
It's like,
I really don't.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. Hogwarts Legacy, definitely recommend. Get ready for Final Fantasy 16 hype. Marketing's gonna start ramping up by next month, at the earliest. If not April, I expect a demo within 2 months.
We're gonna get a hands-on impression of it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's the only thing I want to see from Final Fantasy 16. I just want to see uncut gameplay. I want to see how do you enter battles. Gameplay. How's the NPCs look walking around. I want to see what the cities look. Trailers are fine. They're epic. They're so majestic. But it's time. I want to see uncut gameplay. Just 10-15 minutes of just Clyde walking around, showing some battles. Maybe just seeing what side quests look like. What's the story elements look like. Maybe just a snippet. That's all I need to see. I'm already sold. I'm already sold in the game, but that's what I want to see. Don't spoil the story if you don't need to.
No.
Keep it everybody said, oh no, they spoiled too much. Not Yoshi P. He gives you hints. He makes you think it's going this way, but it's going the opposite. That's what he does with 14. It hints you stuff. And it makes sense later on. So, whoa, it's I didn't see that coming. I seen it in the trailer, but
huge
I didn't
twists,
see that happening.
Right? Huge twists. So I'm super excited for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, I know I tease people on Discord, and if you guys are watching, if you know me from Discord, I do say, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 16 has the possibility of outselling Spider-Man 2. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just chit-chatting. But Final Fantasy 16 is one of those games that's PS5 only that Sony, Square Enix, they know that Final Fantasy sells, and I think this is going to be another one of those that it's going to sell probably 5 million copies within the first few days. It's that most anticipated.
This is what I think, okay? I'm going to give you my thoughts about that. I think Final Fantasy 16 outsell Spider-Man 2 in Japan. But in America and in the domestic territories, Final Fantasy isn't as popular here as in Japan and stuff like that. So
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I know.
I get what you mean,
it's still very popular. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but it's very popular. But over there, it's more. It's way more, right? So.
It is, because the most anticipated game over in Japan is 16.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think, my opinion, Spider-Man 2 is gonna do bigger numbers in the United States and in the domestic territories, but in Japan and China or whatever, Final Fantasy 16 is gonna outsell it.
I because you know how much Spider-Man 2018 has sold? They sold 66 million copies.
60 million.
66 million copies.
Wow.
Yeah, overall since 2018. That's a lot of copies.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Miles
And I think
Morales.
Spider-Man 2 is gonna outsell. I think it's gonna do more than. Hey, I would not be shocked if Spider-Man 2 sells 20 million in its first week.
20
I would
minutes
not.
first week. That's asking a lot.
You know why? God of War Ragnarok sold how many? Its first week.
They sold within the first 3 days. They sold 5 million.
So I think within the first week, Spider-Man 2 is
Yeah.
gonna do 20 million.
As
You know why?
as of now, the last statement by Santa Monica said that they just sold like 11 million
11
copies
million.
of God of War Ragnarok so far.
Which is insane. Like that's
Yeah,
insane.
within the first 3 months. That is insane, and it's still in the launch.
So,
This is
I
still
think
like
Spider-Man
launch
2
of God of War.
I'm gonna say this. My prediction. I don't know if I'm gonna be right. Spider-Man 2 is gonna sell 8 million in this first week. I think
That's
that's
possible.
more
I think
reasonable.
Spider-Man like Marvel's very more powerful, popular than God of War.
And Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So if I chit chat in like Discord and like maybe I'll make a video, like just know guys that I do just talk. I just talk games and sometimes my mind wanders, so I speak out loud. And a lot of people say, "Oh, there he goes. This J19 was hard takes again. Hot takes, hot takes." You know, and people just, "Oh, he's just hot takes. You don't know what he's talking about." I like to just chit chat. And people's like, "Well, you don't have to like share everything that's on your mind." I go, "Oh, why not? You know, be open. Try and be open with you guys." And sometimes I just, and a lot of this stuff. Do I think that Final Fantasy 16 is gonna outsell Spider-Man 2? No, it's not. 16 is gonna sell a lot of copies. I know it will because Sony knows that 16 is very important. Like,
I think it's. I think it has. I think it has the potential. I don't know if we can do this, but I think it has the potential to do Ragnarok numbers.
it does because let's face it, we got Hogwarts Legacy, which is selling probably like crazy on PS5. So that's why Sony's marketing it. There's 3 games they mentioned was what? Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. And they highlighted those 3 because those are the big bangers of this year. Sony, on the other hand, they do have a 4th title that is Square Enix-esque. But the problem with that is Square's not being really open about that yet because they're still working hard on it. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know me on my channel, it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That is the other title that Sony has rights to. That's a PS5 only game. But the problem is, there's no marketing behind that yet because Katase has stated that when the time is right, we'll have more to share. And right now, they're working hard to get Part 2 done. And until then, they're probably going to most likely save that for the PlayStation event because that is another major game that's coming out as early as December or as late as March of next year.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be one of Sony's big games for 2024 that I am looking forward to. Like that's going to be the one game I'm getting either late this year or early next year. It'd be one of my games I pre-ordered. I'm all set for this year. I got Hogwarts Legacy, Forspoken. I got Resident Evil 4 Remake, Dead Island 2, Final Fantasy 16. That'll last me till Spider-Man 2 comes out. I'll play that. Yeah. I have when Spider-Man 2 launches, I got 4 or 5 months or 6 months before Rebirth comes out.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm set.
You're set.
I got lots of games this year. I'm set.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for games.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry we went a little bit of a rant earlier, but we are excited for games. I'm excited to see what happens with this whole rumor thing. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for all the love and support as always. Just know that I'm back gaming again. Hogwarts Legacy is a blast. Please play it. It's not hurting anyone. Just don't hurt each other over a fictional game. It doesn't hurt you at all. Let's get along as gamers. I love you guys so much. Love you guys for all the support, all the love. Let's continue to hype up, get excited for games. There's a lot of games to play this year. If you're into Street Fighter, into fighting games, into all kinds of different genres, yeah, Hogwarts, everything. It's get ready, folks. We're in for a major year. So, with that said, I don't have anything else to really discuss at this moment, but if we have any more information regarding the rumors, if anything comes fruition out of it, If anything comes out of the Super Bowl, and I'll cover it on my channel, of course, on YouTube. I will be doing probably a breakdown if we get any kind of trailer, any kind of news. But like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. But until then, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Over, for stopping by. It's been
No
fun.
problem.
Just talk about things.
I had a blast talking about this.
Get things off
I
our
just hope
chest.
that, if you're, one of those people and you're watching, just find some aspect of reality that you can, empathetically draw from, so that you can have love for these people. Because did these people do anything to you? No, they love Harry Potter and they want to enjoy the game. They're doing absolutely nothing wrong. They love Harry. They have a passion. They love Harry Potter. Like, you know what? I'm so excited. Like, they're doing nothing. Like, you're the one that's doing something wrong. Cut it out. Let's come together as a community. This is gonna be my closing thoughts. Let's come together. Let's just learn to love each other. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, and that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah, like Over said, guys, just let's all just get along. I don't care what you come from, what you do, what's your lifestyle. Just know this, that if you show hate, if you have hate in your heart, you want to be lashing out towards others, you're no better than what you're lashing out against. Like, don't return evil with evil. It just tells you that you got evil inside you. Like, let the anger go. You can be mad about it peacefully, but just don't attack others. That's all I got to say. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for stopping by. I know it's been a long stream, but like, it's been a good podcast. Talked about a lot of major beats. As far as the political religion thing, it was just we had to get off our chest because we shouldn't be attacking others. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it here. I don't want to get on a tangent again. I love you guys so much. Trust me, I do. I have nothing against anyone, whether religion, belief system, anything. Just like what you believe in, all that, what you support. Let's all just get along, enjoy games. Let's just be the best people we can be. Love each other, forgive one another, be merciful, show love, say hi to one another. Let's enjoy gaming. And then with that said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I'll have links to the description below for my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. You guys know what to find me. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you're watching this live on Twitch or you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you guys so much. Subscribe, love, link, everything. With that said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be safe out there. Be nice to each other. Love you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Thank you, Over. With that said, this is J19 with the J19's Gaming Podcast. Signing off, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.